Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Our Lord's will is going to be a quick spiritual hit, but basically I wanted to go into our new bodies, our new bodies that we're going to get in the kingdom. All right, because obviously this body, this flesh that we're in right now is corrupted. All right, it's faulty. Okay, because first and foremost, we can't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments 100% in this flesh. All right, therefore we are sinning. Because what is sin according to the Bible? John 6 is transgression of the law, meaning when you break the law. All right, the world will teach you that sin is just some evil things, killing somebody or just what they call evil things, but that's not it. Sin is a transgression of the law. All right. And according to the scriptures, Leviticus 26 and 46, the law was only given to the Israelites. All right. But like I was saying, in this flesh, it's impossible to keep the laws 100%. All right. Case in point, if you see, it's getting a little hot out here. So you got women walking around and, revealing clothes. All right. If you see a woman and, she's like half naked. All right, it's by instinct that you might look at her with lustful eyes, all right, with sexual attraction. But Yahweh Shai said in Matthew that if you even look at a woman that has a man, all right, and if you even look at her, all right, and you think lustful thoughts towards her, that's basically committing adultery. All right, he said that is committing adultery. All right, so a lot of these women claim to have men, but they walk around in booty shorts, all right, with their stomach out, half their breasts out. So half the time you never know, you might be looking at one that has a man, but you just can't help it because you don't know any better. And in this flesh, that's what you automatically start thinking about. All right, we can't wear 100% of the same material, of the same fabric. All right, there's a law on that. All right, so we just can't keep the laws in this world first and foremost. All right, the food is polluted, so we don't know if we're eating unclean food. All right, but first and foremost, it starts with us. All right, and like I said, in this flesh, it's impossible to keep the laws 100%. That's why we got to rely on faith. All right, but what I'm going into in this lesson is our new bodies. All right, and what I just said, first and foremost, I'll get that then. That's the number one. That's the best thing we're going to get in these new bodies, all right? Our minds are going to be reprogrammed, all right? And it's going to be impossible for us to sin again. Hebrews 8 and 8, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, all right? Talking about the northern and the southern kingdom, all right? And this goes to show you that this Bible, this book, was only written for them. It wasn't written for anybody else. All right, because he's making the new covenant with the Israelites only. All right, verse 9, according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is a covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. All right, so why is he writing that in our hearts? Because in our heart, which means mind, all right, so it said I will put my laws into their mind. Why is he doing that? That's so that we won't sin, all right, because so it will be impossible for us in the kingdom to look at another man's woman with lustful eyes, all right. It will be impossible for us to make mistakes. So that's the number one glory of our new bodies, all right, is that we're going to be perfect spiritually. All right, we're going to be perfect with our mind, all right, because this flesh is weak. We got cravings that we might have in the flesh that might make you err. So this flesh is weak. So that's the first and foremost thing that we should look forward to. Is getting the law, statutes, and commandments written in our minds. All right. But we're also going to have a physical change. All right. That's why the scriptures say you shall be changed in the twinkling of an eye. That's literal. Our bodies are literally going to be changed. All right, when you go ask someone in church, they don't even know what to say what that means. All right, they don't know that we're going to get new bodies. All right, we're going to get new bodies. All right, we're going to be stronger. All right, that's the next thing I wanted to get into, the strength of our new bodies. All right, so I'm gonna get a few examples, even going back just 100 years and in the ancient day, of how the bodies were stronger. All right, so you can see some of the glory, the things that we're going to get in the kingdom. All right, we're going to have stronger bodies. Okay, so I'm going to get I'll start with this. So like, it's not select one moment. Salakia, had to pause the video, but we're going to continue through the spirit. This is Isaiah 40, and let me see where I'm going to start. Isaiah 40 and 30. All right, and people read scriptures like this, and they don't really believe. You know what I'm saying? People read these scriptures and they don't put it into perspective. Like, they don't imagine it. You got to picture this. Isaiah 40 and 30. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. All right, this is talking about first of all, in the end times, when we're being persecuted, but this is also, verse 31 is gonna pertain to the kingdom as well. All right, because the Lord's just not going to strip us. All right, because certain men might get spiritual powers. All right, before we get our new bodies. All right, but our new bodies, we're already going to have the power in it. All right, but this is Isaiah 40 and 30. Even the youth shall fall and faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. And right now, this is our bodies. We fall, we faint, we're weary every day. All right. Spiritually, man, we're zooming. We should be always growing. All right, our spirit, we should always be on fire. All right, but in this flesh, we fall, we faint, we're weary. All right, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. All right, so when we're being persecuted, all right, the Lord's going to give us the spiritual power and the ability in this flesh to run and not be weary. All right, but in the kingdom, this is going to be our bodies are going to be in what's the word, imbued. I think that's the word, with power. All right, this verse also applies to the kingdom as well. All right, we're going to mount up wings as eagles. What does that mean? We're going to fly. All right, in the kingdom of heaven, each elect men, all right, each, especially if you're a part of the 144,000, really Israelites in general, we're going to all have spiritual powers. All right, we're going to be able to fly. We're going to soar as an eagle. All right. And it's no wonder why it said they shall mount up wings as eagles, because the eagle, I believe, is the highest flying bird. So we're going to be flying high, man. We're going to be soaring through the skies. All right, like Superman, I forget his name, but Superman's an Israelite anyway, or that's who they were basing it off of. Which I believe Superman's name, it sounds close to Kal-Halal, I believe. All right, which Kal-Halal means what? All praises. All right. So he was an Israelite. It says they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. So we're going to be able to run and keep running, man. All right. Even going back a couple hundred years ago, what's the dude's name? James Adder, I believe, who was a man who stayed amongst the what Esau calls the Native American Indians, he documented that what we do, which the Native American Indians go back to the tribe of Gad, all right, and the Seminole Indians go back to the tribe of Reuben, all right. But what he documented was that the Indians were able to run, and it was like a sport. They would run, and they catch up to a deer, and they run it in front of it, and turn around and grab it by the legs and like flip it over, and then let it go. You know, not hurting it or anything, but just for fun. You know, showing that the stamina, the athleticism that we had back then. All right. He also said that they would fill their mouths up with water, which, Lord's will, I might do a video on what I'm talking right now on what James Adder documents it concerning the Native American Indians, because I really look forward to the new bodies that we're going to get, because I hate this flesh. You know, we should all, man. I'm 17 and I be waking up sometimes with just pains in weird places, you know, when I'm supposed to be young. All right. But sometimes, man, this body it just be killing you. All right. But back on topic, he said the Native American Indians would fill their mouths up with water and then run 300 miles, you know, showing their stamina. All right. You know, and we did all this for fun, going to show you that even just like 100, 200 years ago, our bodies were stronger. All right. So what much more can we look forward to in the kingdom? All right. There's a specific verse. I can't find it, but it's in the Apocrypha. But basically says that the man that came after is smaller than what was before, meaning our bodies have gotten smaller. In the kingdom, we were huge, or back in the ancient day, we were huge, man. We had to be much bigger than we are now. Even the animals, all right? Brothers always bring out how Esau likes to say that certain animals went extinct, like the woolly mammoth. You could picture that as nothing but the elephant. But it's just gotten so weak in this earth under the pollution of the so-called white man that now it just lost its horns and it's smaller. You know, saber-toothed tiger is it's the same tiger from the day. It's just getting weak. All right. Dinosaurs, the word dinosaur just means big lizard. All right. So what's that lizard's name? I forget. All right. But you just think about lizards, you know, were bigger. All right. The specific one, brothers know what I'm talking about. I forget the name of it, you know? So everything has gotten smaller over time of being on this earth. All right. So what does that mean? That everything eventually is going to be set up in its rightful place again. We're going to be bigger in the kingdom. The animals are going to be bigger. All right. But especially us, the Israelites, we're going to get our bodies, man. The glory of the terrestrial bodies, which is going to turn into extraterrestrial. All right. Now I had, let me see. I think I had one more example concerning the bodies that we had in the ancient day, or really the first example. Yep. 2 Samuel 12:30. This is talking about King David. It says, and he took their king's crown from off of his head, the weight whereof was a talent of gold with the precious stones. And it was set on David's head, and he brought forth the spoil of the city in great abundance. All right. So now what are we talking about? The primary subject in this verse that I want to get into is the weight of King David's head. It says the weight whereof was a talent of gold. Now, when you look up that word talent, all right, it doesn't show you on the Blue Letter Bible, but when you do research and you look it up, what this word talent means here, it's basically 110 pounds. So that's how much King David's crown was. It was 110 pounds that he put on his head. All right. Now, if you try to do that in this day and age, probably going to kill yourself. All right. The weight will squish all your bones, and it's impossible. All right. It's impossible. But King David, what we know about him, the scriptures say he was as swift as a roe. All right. And that he killed his tens of thousands. So, and even King David was considered short back then. All right. So King David was most likely around 8 or 9 feet. That's huge in this day and age. All right. That's huge. The only people that are maybe 8 feet in this day and age are people with diseases and weird bone structures and they live life short. But in the kingdom, we're going to live forever, man. All right. And we're going to be much bigger than 8 or 9 feet. All right. We're going to be 10, 13. All right. Who knows? But we're going to be huge. All right. And this scripture shows you that King David was a huge, if you would consider him in this day and age, he was a humongous guy. All right. And his neck had to be thick as hell because the crown was 110 pounds. And you can't just put that on your head and walk around all day. All right. Because he's a king. He wears his crown. All right. You can't do that in this day and age. So King David was a big, humongous guy, much bigger than how we are now. All right. You know, Esau will paint King David as some so-called white man, you know, looking all frail and weak with a little bit of muscles, man. King David was huge, man. All right. Which, like I said, he was even considered short for men back in the ancient day. All right. Now, I'm probably going to get one more scripture and close it out. I had a paper of other scriptures I'm going to get, but, you know, something happened to it. Let me see here. It's like, bear with me one moment. Let me see. Well, you know, I'm not just going to drag it on. I believe I said everything I wanted to say through the Spirit. All right, basically covering how big and stronger and much athleticism we were back in the ancient day compared to now. Oh, I know what I was going to get. The water. All right. Isaiah 35 in the last verse. And the ransom of the Lord shall return, talking about the elect, and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. All right, and I got this because this body, remember, is chains of darkness. All right, so it said sorrow and sighing shall flee away. All right, and half the time when you wake up, what are you doing? You're sighing. All right, let me look up that word. All right, because one of the reasons why sorrow and sighing is going to pass away because we're going to have new bodies, man. There's always something to sigh about in this flesh. Sighing, it says, anacha, sighing, groaning, expression of grief or physical distress. That's what we go through every day. Physical distress. We wake up, well, your body randomly hurting. Hurting. All right, you get random aches and pains throughout your body throughout the day. Esau pushing out this horribly polluted air, fucking with your lungs and your body. So you're just hurting randomly. All right. You get sick. You cough. All this stuff. Sorrow and sighing is going to flee away. All right. So that's what we should look for in the kingdom. The men should look for to be the hawk. We're going to be the hawk in the kingdom. All right. We're going to be huge, gigantic, muscular, strong, supernatural men. All right. Our women are going to be the most beautiful women on the planet. All right. They as well are going to have immortal bodies. All right. They're not going to have a single scratch on them. The skin is going to be smooth. All right. This is some of the things that we should look for. All right. Concerning the kingdom, these new bodies. All right. So with that, Lord's will, you're edified. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.